Dr. von Vrilock here. Welcome, overlords and ladies. All seems to be going as planned, yes? All good over here. Yes, all quiet on the Western Front, for a change. All the world coalescing into our new system. But wait, what's this? Here. The CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency, yeah. Yes, the bureaucrats in Washington trying to hitch a ride on our battle cruiser. Yes, well, it seems the central banks want to play with global blockchains too. Drrrats! Foiled again! Well, at least it's headed in the right direction. Too many cooks spoil the broth, but we need to lighten the load here and get these old farts off the Vrilock bus. But enough of this merriment. My friends, tonight we talk spirit magic, so without further ado, let us begin. I'm going to delve into conjurings and manifestations in a manner most unheard of. We enter into a relationship with spirits, right? It isn't exactly a pact. Now, psionic's approach to spirit communion is quite different from the traditional systems. But let's get on with this already. My personal story to illustrate some important points about this relationship and very real and modern examples of manifestation and synchronicities. Alrighty then. So Herr Doctor here was going to build a small facility for administering tremendous evil. No, actually it was a storage facility. Of some much anticipated magical items for sale. I laid out the plans, flattening some of the land. I was going to lay cement and build a foundation. You know, you can never build anything good without a foundation. And then planting a series of sheds to plot on this foundation, and so on and so forth. Perhaps a little office space as well. Needless to say, I found myself caught by a little millennial snag, and the plan was cancelled. Aside from a series of synchronicities shouting from well beyond the veil of the invisible world, well, my freelancer crapped out. Yep, long story short, she ultimately failed to communicate her failures, and after I went hunting her down, I found that she was occupied with her own agenda. So she's fired, but new opportunities have risen out of the ashes of that old bird. Herr Doctor here has taken a much more important project, which is ultimately proving to be the more successful pursuit. And so you might be wondering, what in hell's name is going on here? Well, I haven't lost my mind, just my patience. Perhaps you've discovered yourself in a similar situation, my friend. You know what I mean. You've conjured up your devils and angels to bring you something you ultimately desire, and you've tied all other things you want into this campaign of ultimate villainy. And then for some unexplainable reason, things don't quite go as planned. But inevitably, the long run does indeed play out, even better than you had anticipated. Now then, allow me to dispel your possible dismay with an explanation of what is transpiring behind, well, the parameters in this matrix we call reality. Lords and ladies, obstacles are created by your spirits. Yes, I know. We often think of our spirits as removing these obstacles. I mean, Why in hell's name would they create obstacles for us? Well, obstacles exist to slow down the incarnated. Yes, that means you and me, because we live in this dwelling, we reside within this prison of space-time, and these obstacles exist to slow us down from triggering a critical fail. Like in my own example, I would have been much disappointed standing in front of an empty lot of sheds and storage containers, anticipating batches of magical items never to arrive. And so my spirit spared me the process of spending more than I had already prematurely invested, and of course removed the task of having to murder my freelancer. So thus, when spirits slow us down, they are actually acting on the behalf of our own well-being. Of course, I could have dowsed. Yes, by the way, download dynamic dowsing disclosure. I know, knock knock on my helmet. I should have remembered that. Well, it seemed like it was going to be a good thing in the beginning, but, whatever, it's over. Overall, in the pursuit of working with invisible forces, the understanding of the nature of relationship, that of the magician to spirits and vice versa, is the key to ultimate success in commanding the powers of the paranormal, the supernatural, and to live an abundant, magical lifestyle. Yes, a life of miracles. Now, the path ahead is more visible to me. Yes, the path ahead is more visible within my plans, and greater things are in store for us and our friends of Vrilock and the Psionic Avengers in the club at Vrilock.club. Before we go, just want to let you know, I heard, this is very exciting news, by the way. I just heard from one of our good Facebook friends and followers of Vrilock, a one and only Mr. Kress, just recently put to work my virtual mind money servitor, and his results are staggering. Big and fast. He received a check for $100 from his mentor, who also refused to take it back. Yes, you too can use this virtual spell absolutely free, just by following my augmented reality on the metaverse. Just go to the web link on this Podbean podcast, or if you're listening on Apple, you might have to open up your browser and type metaverse and followed by Vrilock or at Vrilock to find my legendary wall of Air Dr. Von Vrilock. Well, exciting road ahead as we move into the future of global influence, blockchain technology, yes, state machines, EVMs, all of that wonderful jargon, but all you really need to know is psionics for global influence with our psionics training. So do join the Vrilock.club and train up with us. Until then, let us remember to keep the magic high. This is Air Dr. Von Vrilock, signing out.